Hey again YouTube, back with another Vita retro gaming video. This time how to get the PC version of Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of Am running on the Vita thanks to a piece of software called GemRB and a port by Northfear. GemRB is an open source re-implementation of the Infinity engine behind Planescape Torment, Baldur's Gate, Icewind and their sequels. This port will let you play all 8 Infinity Engine based games and quite a few of the user created mods on your Vita with good stability, a playable frame rate, and a convenient pre-configured control scheme. Now, if you're going to be stacking mods, the games will slow down a little bit, especially the loading times, but the base games are comparable with a PC of that era. Coming up, I'll go over installing and updating Baldur's Gate 2 on the PC, installing CamDawgs Baldur's Gate 2 Fixpack, the GemRB setup on the Vita, what files to transfer over, and then show a little bit of the gameplay. You can find GemRB on the Vita homebrew database or use a homebrew browser like EasyVPK. It's always a good idea to check the release page for any new Vita homebrew you're installing. A lot of it's going to require additional plugins or setup outside of simply installing the VPK. Here we can see that GemRB needs either the Repatch Redux 0 plugin or the FDFix plugin for proper suspend and resume support. I ran it without FDFix just to see what would happen, and it just crashes, so make sure you have one of those plugins installed, but not both. The GitHub page gives a good overview of the scrolling text input system, which I really liked as an alternative to the Vita pop-up keyboard. It may not be as quick, but it doesn't break the immersion in the game. There's also a breakdown of the map Vita controls. I found the key map pretty complete, but as someone pretty new to most of these games, I may not have noticed if something was missing. Over on the releases page, you can read about the newest updates and download the precompiled VPK and data files. If you're using an installer like EasyVPK to install GemRB, the extraction of the data files may take a while. In my case, it took about 10 minutes. Over on the PC, we'll be installing Baldur's Gate 2 from some backup disk images, but the process is the same if you're going to be swapping CDs. Do a full install of the game, making note of the install directory. We'll be rummaging around there shortly. After the unsolicited advertisement, patch your copy of Baldur's Gate 2 to the most recent version just by running the patch installer. Afterward, we're going to install CamDawgs Baldur's Gate 2 Fixpack. Run the installer and point it towards the install path. The Fixpack is a rollup of cosmetic and gameplay tweaks. You'll probably want to take a look at the README before applying any of these tweaks though. You could end up with a very weirdly balanced game. You could also install the widescreen mod like I did in the Planescape Torment video. That will allow you to change the resolution from 640 by 480 to the Vita's native resolution, and that will give you a few more pixels to look at. Or you could choose to install the Tweaks Anthology from the Gibberlings 3 rather than the Baldur's Gate 2 Fixpack. I'm not sure how these two interact if installed together, so I just went with the Baldur's Gate 2 Fixpack for this video. In the Baldur's Gate 1 video, I did the Tweaks Anthology. So each of the install disks has a directory named CD1 through CD5. We're going to copy that directory from each of the disks to the Baldur's Gate 2 installation directory. Next, grab your Vita and get it into data transfer mode in whatever method you usually use, like Vita Shell. And we're going to copy the Baldur's Gate 2 installation folder from the PC to the data/GemRB folder on the Vita. This is going to take a while, so while it's transferring, we'll take a look at the configuration file named BG2.CFG in the GemRB folder. In my case, the configuration files didn't need any changes. If you installed the widescreen mod, this is where you could change the resolution of the game to the native resolution of the Vita, but don't change it unless you're using the widescreen mod. And that's all there is to it. GemRB is installed, it arrived configured, the game is patched, tweaked, and transferred. So let's go take a look at how it runs. I've captured the video directly using the UDCD video class plugin and took the audio from the headphone jack, so it should be a pretty good representation of what you'll actually see.
spent your youth in the library fortress of Candlekeep, under the kind tutelage of your foster father Gorion. Imoen shared this home, a kindred spirit. Her background was as mysterious as your own. Gorion's murder brought answers to your questions when his killer Saravok was revealed to be your brother. You and Saravok were a product of the Time of Troubles, a chaotic period when gods were made flesh and forced to walk the earth. One
Intro cutscene played smoothly, but there are a few long load times when starting a new game or creating your character. Pretty sure these were extra long in my case because I have a very slow memory card in my Vita. Overall, the game runs really well. The music volume is pretty high by default, so you may want to dial it down, and you'll probably want to increase the mouse scroll rate a little. Aside from that, I'm a couple hours into a few of the Infinity Engine-based games with no major troubles. This is a really impressive and very playable port, and definitely worth checking out if you have a modded Vita. If you want to see Baldur's Gate 1 or Planescape Torment running on the Vita with GemRB, I've got a couple other videos up. And if you're into more Vita stuff, I have one more video coming up with running Macintosh 68K software on your Vita using the Basilisk 2 emulator. Until then, thanks for watching.
It is time for more experiments. They act sooner than we had anticipated.
Wake up, you. Wake up! Come on, we have to get out of here.